You know what? Human delusions of grandeur and the Andy Warhol thing, 15 minutes of fame and wanting to be famous. It totally pollutes the true meaning of our existence, And I was sitting there because I watched, they had a video thing on there. I went to watch it at a Fox News like thing. We all suspected him. I think they were talking. They didn't really say, but the Klein thing, they didn't really say who they suspected. But the Klein guy that maybe made all the money off of owning the rights to Sam Cooke's music. But I sat and watched that. And after that, they had a thing about his children and his wife. I did not know she married Bobby Womack. I did not know that. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight, girl. And that was really sad about what happened between him and Sam's oldest daughter, because it's, when people are going through emotions and things are going on, it can get very convoluted and very confusing. And then when she ended up marrying Cecil, his little brother, and I didn't know that was Womack and Womack. I didn't know. I ain't never heard Womack. I went and listened to him. I said, I'm going to go listen to this Teardrops. And he said, okay, that's good. Okay, those are nice. Yeah. And then they brought up Randy Crawford, and everybody knows how much Earl loves Randy Crawford's voice. Right? That woman's voice is very, and I'm pretty sure that Linda really likes, I forgot what she changed her name to in Africa, but that she really is fond of Randy Crawford too. And most people that enjoy music really enjoy Randy Crawford's voice. She has very rich, I guess, yeah, that's the best way to say it. She has a very rich, distinctive voice. Okay, Street Life. She has the Street Life is one of my favorites. She does Every Kind of People real well. No, she's good. Okay, Randy Crawford's voice is very rich. Okay, I wasn't quite as fun. I don't, why does she do standards or something? Like, if, I don't know. I don't know. The music that they played accompaniment to it. I like Street Life. I like her with the Crusaders. I would like her with more jazz arrangements, just because of the richness of her voice. But her voice is just exquisite. It's wonderful. I think most people that enjoy music and enjoy voices, most people are, oh yeah, Randy Crawford. Roberta Flack, and in my generation growing up, Randy Crawford, Denise Williams, and Roberta Flack's one of my favorites. Of course, I really enjoyed Anita Baker, but and then you're like sitting there. It's sad that people feel they have to give their time away through accumulation of money to make a comfortable and try to cause a more comfortable existence for themselves in this eternal wretchedness, that Pascal talks about. I had that briefly when I was putting on the beans. I had a little talk briefly with Terrence in my head, about Pascal and the intelligence of his perception of mathematics, and that what saves you from all the noise in the mind of wanting to uncover and discover, and with math is humility. The humility is what saves us from the torture of mathematic expression and competition to be right and great and so forth and know everything. Right? That humility, once you succumb to the fact, like Muhammad said, once you succumb to the fact that life is eternal and grace is infinite, then that quiets the mind, like Judah Krishnamurti talked about with meditation. How to quiet the mind, how to get the mind to go, okay, stop. Because they do that with you a lot here. How are you going to survive? We're going to torture you. This is going to continue, and it's going to perpetuate. And we're going to torture you as a physical continuation through spirit forever. What are you going to do about it? And they have that kind of. That's what they do. That's what selfish people do. And you're like, and it's emotionally, it's very difficult. And to a lot of people, obviously, it can be debilitating because look at how insane they are. And so it's horrid, I didn't want to go into too much minute detail because I'm like, how did they get Sam in that situation with that lady? And was it the one lady run a brothel or something like that? Maybe he'd been drinking. Maybe he wasn't, don't go to clubs and to go drinking and so. But that was a very tough situation for him to be in. But I think we've all, especially when you were younger, been put in very, what the hell am I doing in this situation? I've done it. Okay. I put myself into situations and go, wait a minute. And that little voice is going, well, it's just not it's not a good idea. Um, it was very rare for me. Well, the other thing is, too, is if they tried to do to me what they did to Sam Cooke, they would have all ended up in the hospital going, what happened? He kicked our ass. He kicked our ass. And that's nothing detrimental to Sam Cooke, you know. It's just that, I'm the Adam Moses David line of Adam Moses David Sean. And yeah, I flipped off the Levi guy for Zachary, who made the movie now about King David. I was sitting here in front of TV last night and saw it and went, fuck you. How dare you? And God chose David to protect the Hebrew Israeli people from the barbarians. God chose David. But don't you think essentially David chose himself? Look, life being eternal and grace being infinite, you have a choice. Faith in God, or egotistically try to trap God in the mind and then think the body can destroy God because my body's greater than his body, right? Like Goliath was doing, right? I can breed you off the planet and replace everybody with little clones of me, right? Which doesn't work, no. Especially when you're abusive and selfish. Most of the kids end up hating you and don't want to be anything like you. I hate you. Wish I was never born. Mama, ooh, I don't want to die. Sometimes I wish I was never born at all. Carry on, carry on. And so, that happens. I've had that with both my sons. They've told me that, And I'm like, no, I've never said that to my dad. No, not once. I know how hard it is to be abused by this eternal wretchedness, and how hard it is to try to survive it, and how uncomfortable it can be, especially in the bowels of hell with military intel, disgusting presence. I've explained it to both sons extensively, but apparently their brain injuries are worse than, and I always tell everybody that. That's why I'm very forgiving, because I realize, they have brain injuries. And Suzuki talks about they have brain injury. Just forgive them 7 times upon infinity. Keep going. You're the living embodiment of the Lord's prayer. So you don't sit there and go, you rotten little bastard. I do get mad and say, man, I taught you better than that. But then brain injury, and then they're injuring you, and they're constantly injuring you. We could have you die, and then your soul provide life to a baby that's starving to death in a mud hut in Ethiopia. That's very likely in Patrick's genetic sequences and stuff like that. So yeah, I can't sit there and go, damn you, Patrick, you little bastard, listen to me. I am the king of Israel. I am better than Zachary Levi blasting up propaganda bullshit on TV with the little hot American top model guy that's trying to pretend to be like me in spirit. Shit. Okay. Gosh damn it, I'm mad, right? So I do this to the TV. Fuck yeah, I do. Of course, anybody in their right mind would. Naturally. They're going to put me in the movies. They're going to make a big star out of me, because it's infuriating. It's frustrating. It's very stupid, Where do they talk about living the faith, the Psalms, and the wisdom of Proverbs, and living the Lord's Prayer so we don't make money off this movie and that there movie on there, Zachary Levi? Go sell your jeans. Fuck you. That's a natural reaction from a man who had to talk on the phone to his son Noah, who said, if you had stayed with my mother, I would have killed you. And to Patrick asking me, did you use me for some kind of economic thing? Because I'm getting threats and stuff about you economically in the mail. And I was like, no, it's all just, okay. And then having his girlfriend be real mean to me and us not talking again. And that really pisses me off. But the thing about it is, I didn't do it. I'm not president. I'm not the head of a top tech corporation. I don't have anything to do with the Epstein files. I was the one who jumped up to shut it all down, shut what was happening in the Epstein files all down June 9th, 2009 on YouTube and Cochise County, Arizona. And I know it. You know it. Aykroyd knows it. Dana Carvey knows it. If they don't know who I am, I guess it's cool. It's, slapping dummy man. Okay, pistachio disguise. It's okay if you don't know who I am. He's one of my favorite comedians growing up. Yeah, that's what he was. Yeah. I fixed the dryer with a butter knife. You'll never have to fix it again. He said that was his little brother, the Garth. The lips and I fixed it. Yeah, it's is he from Montana? I don't know. It's funny though. And then they said I heard David Spade was raised in Ajo, Arizona. I was like, that makes sense. You have to be the funny white guy to get beat up by the Mexicans. Yeah, I get it. But it's like it's obnoxious. Yeah. But yeah. Was it Spade? I can't remember. It's not really that important. No, it's not important at all. But yes, I guess it's important. It's important. Okay. Joe Dirte's important. We're all important. I'm just being facetious. Uh, if I get it right or wrong. No, not really, man. It's just the internet. The internet is bullshit for money, and that's all it's ever going to be. You're not really getting a real. And do you really need to? If you find out that we're living the Lord's Prayer, and Sam Cooke's kids and Barack Obama's siblings are now living the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer, then if they don't like it, fuck them, right? Everything gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. So no woman, no cry, right? So seriously, I mean, if you don't want to live the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer and you're unhappy, you're a fucker, and no one really is overtly concerned about you. I care, but that's why I gave you the Lord's Prayer. And if you're not happy living it, well, then you're a fucking asshole, and no one's really concerned about you being miserable because you can't manipulate people with fuck money. So there you go. So, doop doop, doopy 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 doop doop. That's the music to my little Amy dancing in her little French outfit when she was 8, and I was like, Amy, the other little girls, oh my gosh. Amy, you look like a girl that's gone through puberty with all the other little girls, like, the cute little girls in their outfits. And then here comes womp womp, whoa. How'd the 15-year-old get on stage? She's matured that quickly, like her daughter Natalie. I'm like, okay, that's just not right. Because you have all the rest of they're tiny little girls in their little dance suits. It's like, okay, I don't think we should be dressing up 8-year-olds in cabaret costumes to begin with in the first place. You know what I'm saying? In your Easter bonnet with all your thrills upon it. I think, we might want to get a little, Relief Society Mormon mommy on this one, right? I mean, it's cute. It's not that cute. It's not cute in the brothels either because it's done for sexual exploitation and money. And yeah, so let's rethink what we're doing here. It's all because of you. I'm feeling sad and blue. You went away and now my life is just a rainy day. I mean, we need to grow up too sweet. We need maturity mas rapido. This is the 21st century. We have mass communications. Technology is getting perception of actual processing of what's conceived as thoughts and then conveying those thoughts into language for action. Okay. So what you think, do, and say are very important when you're looking at the applications of physics and eternity for what's required for the life of sacrifice, like discussed in the book of Revelation. I know. Okay, so I know, I was there. So you have that, you're like, what? No, everybody, you say you're the central figure of the book of Revelation, and Jesus says. It's like, okay, if you guys had listened to Jesus in year 1 in the New Testament, would the book of Revelation been necessary for the central figure to give you the testimony of Jesus Christ? No, well then shut the fuck up if you don't know what you're fucking talking about. Thanks, Terrence Dow. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Go Bruins. No. He's right. Guys, when you look at life intellectually through mathematical applications, right? If I say I'm the central figure of the book of Revelation and you all say, no, Jesus is, okay, if you'd listened to the central figure of the New Testament, why have you forsaken me? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. The applications of physics of the life of Earl would not have been necessary for that book. You can hit him with a stick, it's not going to change. Get the abacus help. He's right. Of course. Okay, thank you. 13, 20-second redeemer me. Okay, so do you understand? No, it's true. There's nothing so-so because we know right about this in it. We in it. We did it for you because this is what we're into. Seriously, world peace. It works for children. It works for you. It works for your spouse. Okay, happy wife, happy life. There you go. Let's go ride bikes. Okay, do you understand? No. Shit. Okay. It's like I'm talking to a bunch of chimpanzees here. It's like we're at the beginning of a Mel Brooks movie, right? Da, 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 da. Everybody masturbate, our ancestors. Okay, so do you understand? History of the World, Part 2. Okay. I like this kid, man. He's not much younger than me. I think he's like 51, so he's like 8 years younger than he was 13 in 88. How old was I in 88? Okay, I turned 22 that summer, and he was born 2 days before. His birthday is 2 days before my birthday. He was born the 17th of July. I was born 19th of July. Okay, so, okay. Was it 75? Okay. He was born in 75, so yeah, there's 9 years between us, right? Okay. Okay, I get it. So in the videos, so was it 8 years? I was born in '66. Was it 75? Was it July 17th, 1975? Okay. Okay. So yeah. So we're 9 years difference. 9 years, 2 days, right? Yeah, whatever. Okay. So whatever, wherever. So yeah, no, I like the kid. I like him. His brain, boy, whew, Lord. Come up for air, Diver Dan. That's all I gotta say. It's radically different with the biological and psychological conditioning of my existence and his. Okay. I'm not Chinese. Okay. I've always felt a very strong connection since I was a child to China and Japan. Because I thought my aunt was Japanese. She was not. She's Okinawan. Okay. I have a cousin through Aunt Nana and Uncle Jerry's marriage. Mom has had me watch The Good Earth when I was a kid. I didn't read the book. No, the long books like that bored the hell out of me. But I like Tony Hillerman novels. Yeah, I ate those up, right. No, Jim, get with Bernie Manuelito. She's more like you. She's traditional. Janet Peep, she's a Washington Redskin. Don't get with the Washington Redskin. Get with the girl who understands, a blessing way and yeah, dude. God, dog, come on, man. What's wrong with you? Yeah, and the story's written by Hillerman. Leaphorn is more like Chi. And Chi is more like Leaphorn. They just flipped the script on him and then made the more of a tension between, he's Jim Chi's Janet Pete and Bernie Manuelito is now Jim Chi, and I don't know what it is. They totally fucked up the whole story there. This is what happened. I don't know. They changed It's like the new comic books where so Aquaman is now Polynesian, Green Lantern now black, and wait, I'm sorry. Where were we at again? And it was okay. And is Captain Marvel, is that transgender? Because the girl, Brie Larson, looks like she's a girl. She was born a girl, I think, right? Okay, so she's not transgender? Okay. Captain Marvel was one of my favorite comic book characters as a kid, and it was a dude. Yeah. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, and I don't wish I was a kid again. No. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. That too shall pass. Oh, very young. What do you know? Guys, there's a reason why being a child isn't foreign to us and why being a adolescent isn't foreign to us and why being an adult and growing old isn't foreign to us. Growing old can be foreign of a feeling, more than a feeling, to a lot of us that have been hunted down and abused and tortured and mass murdered for millennia. Okay. Do you understand? Since the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, the molecular similitude of Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. gets Sam cooked a lot. Okay? I don't make it to old man very much. They find ways to murder me. I'm hard to kill, not impossible. So that's happened to me a lot in genetic sequence since the crucifixion of the man in ancient Judea that's not your God. No, he's not your God. He's not Jehovah. He never said he was. And so they've hunted down and tried to find Pascal was poisoned and died young, was it his 40s or yeah, and Herschel Steinschneider. And so, yeah, so most of the people like me end up getting the jealous people because the eternal wretchedness of, Satan, who thinks he's better than us, is he is better than you. And so, I get killed. That's why a lot of things I had to tread softly. That's why when I talked to Brian Hall about that, you ever find yourself, dumbing up just to fit in. And so that's just thanks, Terrence. It's just a natural biological, psychological, and classical conditioning of my genetics throughout time, because they did that with David and they did that with Moses. They hiked down and killed Moses. So you're talking about 4,000. You're talking about, wow, shit. Joseph and other people like me throughout good gravy. He's right. Yeah, they've been they tried to kill Moses as a baby to avoid him as a man. They did it with Jesus. They were jealous about Joseph. Oh God, it's just yeah. Holy mackerel, Andy. Thanks, Terrence. Love you too, dog. Holy fuck, that's overwhelming. We're making Jennifer Lopez cry, man. No, we really are. No, she cries. She cries. Yeah, she cares. She's kind of a good kid. You sound a lot like Demis Hassabis, and Jeff Bezos. Yeah, okay, yeah, she's a good kid. Just friends. I made me Winehouse, man. I'm a train wreck, but just friends. Let's just when will we get the time to be just friends? Just friends. That's all I could handle right now. Maybe give me about a year or two, and maybe I could handle something more. But right now, it's like I just now. I am such a wreck. Can I get my tooth taken care of first, and then maybe be able to stop the mash and the reaction to my vaccine? And you could give me a Uncle Fester free moment, or two. It's not that I'm insecure. I'm uncomfortable. I'm like my ma, I'm uncomfortable. I'm sick. Don't come around me. I don't want to get you sick, or I don't want you to feel the depression of my sickness being poisoned by all the purples that wanted to kill me as a child. Will you stop crying? Because she's crying again in my head. I'm not even singing sad Puerto Rican songs again. Leave a tender moment alone. Yeah, I'm real good at that. Yeah. You say you're nothing like Leonard? No, I'm not like Leonard. Leonard isn't nearly this obnoxious. Okay. He literally tries to kiss ass for sex. I'm not trying to do that. See, I'm too tired. What do you want to do? I just want a comfortable bed that won't hurt my back. Pins that won't run out of ink. No, but going through life without a pencil sucks. Oh yeah, it does. People, why? Because so you got to sometimes just write things down to get a look at it outside the brain. No, it's just the way it is. It's cereal. Yes, it is. And so, no, you have to. Life without a pencil sucks. Life without being able to look at it outside the mind and express and conceptualize it differently from in here is torture. It really is. And so you need to be able to express yourself and then go, okay, you get it? Okay, and then explain it to others because they can't look inside your mind. That's what mathematics is all about. Well, here, you understand? Okay, okay, wow, you see, so yeah, it's just cool, right? Nothing so because I know, right? So here it is. Okay, just trying to keep Jennifer Lopez from crying too much. Yeah, don't cry so much. You'll get your makeup all messed up. What are you thinking? Someone will take a picture of it and you'll get all, hey, take that offline. I don't want people to see that. Right. You're funny. I know. Well, you're obnoxious. Yeah, Amy was right about me. You talk yourself out of more. I do talk myself out of, Amy said pussy. I would see it as romantic affection. Yeah. I don't talk myself out of that because we were living in hell because we were living the Lord's Prayer. So I talk myself out of, hey, I don't want you to try to make time pass better in hell because I want to get to heaven as quickly as humanly possible. And I happen to be the one human that is the one. Let's get the hell out of hell. Come on, let's go. Wake me up if we get to heaven. Let me sleep if we go to hell. This weirdness ends. I don't know who sings that. I just know it's on like my The stuff that James was playing with the. I think they have the same soundtrack on 2K8 and 2K7, or is it 2006 for EA Sports? I don't know. I'll have to play the basketball one to find out. No, the basketball one I have that works that doesn't screw up my disc reader thing is 6, and it just has band music. It doesn't. It has the college band music. It doesn't have the songs. Uh, oh well, I'm not that concerned about it. It's just my brain. My brain works. So yeah, it happens. What are you doing? Oh, I'm just being abstract. Why not? Well, it's just my brain doing what it's doing. What? Putting hey, I'm Jackson Pollocking the ceiling. What can I say? Splat. There it is. Hey, I got a pencil. No, it's a paintbrush. Thank you very much. Most people are not getting. We're going way over their heads, dude. Okay, whoa, what are we having? We're having an object conversation. Did that freak you out when that crazy dude chased you around like a lion? That would freak me out. Dude, what the fuck going on? No, man, look. Yeah, there's a lot of tension in here because the people use the mathematics for extortion, exploitation, and genocide operations. So yeah, I don't know if I want to play. Okay, I think I'm out of here. Okay, I don't want to be a math god. I I feel you, dog. I totally feel you. Okay, yes. I love you. All right. We'll talk later, man. All right. Peace out.